Sweet. So last week I went to Vertex Drift Festival with my S14. Had lots of fun until my steering rack blew. So yeah, I'm driving, I initiate high angle, everything's nice and great. Suddenly I feel heavy resistance on the steering wheel snaps back, car goes straight, I fly off the track, and I know it's over. Bring the car back into the pits, no power steering at all, having a hard time turning the wheel. Check the power steering fluid reservoir, it's full. You can see there's fluid being moved around, which means that the pump's working. So I know it's inside the steering rack. I actually had this problem once before where the seal blew between the chambers that fill up when you turn left and right, that actually help you to turn the wheel, and when that seal blows up, the pressure just doesn't get directed to one chamber or the other. So you basically drive with no power steering support, which is pretty hard. So just to show you guys, I'm gonna fire it up before I actually replace the rack to verify the problem and compare it to when I'm done. So yeah, this is my power steering right now. It is super hard. Let's check out the power steering reservoir. And you guys probably can't see on your camera, but yeah, the fluid's moving, so I know the power steering pump is working just fine. Fun times. So this is my spare rack that I rebuilt a while ago. This is actually an S13 steering rack, which as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to the gear ratio inside, it's the same as an S14. The only difference is that the S13 housing, it's thicker in diameter, so you have to use an S13 bushing to when you mount it back on your S14 chassis. So as I mentioned before, this is an S14 rack that I just pulled out of the car, and this is an S13 rack. So the difference is in the actual housing. The diameter is bigger on an S13 rack, so you have to run a thinner bushing for it to properly get mounted. As far as the side where the actual gear is, it's the same. I'm just gonna swap my A&N fittings real quick and throw this thing in, and hopefully, fingers crossed, this solves my problem for now, and be ready for another track day. So I got the rack in, I got some fresh fluid in it. I'm gonna bleed it real quick while it's in the air. It helps the system to move more freely without any resistance on it and get some air out of the system. So I'm ready to fire it up now. I got fluid in, racks in. I'm gonna start up the car first and then look for any leaks. And it looks like I have a leak. Sweet. So that's actually not the leak I'm talking about here. That's just my reservoir blowing up when I turn the car off from all the air in the system. My leak is coming from the steering gear area. I wonder if I pinched the seal under or something while I was rebuilding it. I'm gonna have to take it apart and check it out. So the other night when I fired up the engine with the rack that I rebuilt back in the car, right away I started to notice a leak from the left tie rod area. After checking it out, I realized that the leak was coming from a freshly installed seal that I put in. Yeah, that kind of bit me in the butt. I guess I was just too quick putting it together and I ended up damaging the seal. So I got pretty frustrated, called it a night, but because this rack now leaks, I ended up buying a remanufactured rack online, which took about 2 days to come in. And now I know for sure that I'm not gonna have any more issues for a while, at least till that rack decides to blow up too. So here's a new remanufactured rack that I got. Looks nice and fancy. Almost looks brand new. I mean, compared to your factory rack that's got, I don't know, like 20 years on it, this thing looks incredible. Came in a nice box. It has a return slip on it because I actually have a core on it, which will save me, I believe, $80 to $85 on the core charge. So this rack will end up being under $200. Not bad. Hopefully it's worth it. Hopefully it lasts me longer than these racks that I just kept throwing new seals in, and then 2-3 events later it would start leaking again. So whenever you're connecting the tie rods, whether if it's with these offset spacers that I have, which then you use a bolt, or if it's just factory tie rods, make sure you always clean the threads out and put some Loctite on it, as I've already done so prior to this. This way it'll keep the tie rods nice and snug, and it will reduce the chance of your tie rod coming loose. I went and got a whole gallon of ATF this time, since I seem to be running through these cords real fast, especially with just one rack replacement. No more leaking on the floor. I love that. That's a really good sign. I honestly haven't seen that in a long time. Now for the true test. Let's see if it's all fixed. Alright, now that the power steering system's fixed, I hope it lasts like that for a while. Not like last time where every 2 events I have to fix something. Anyway, hope you liked the video. Make sure you hit that like button to let me know you did. Leave any comments down below letting me know what you liked and what you didn't like, what you'd like to see in the future, what you would not like to see in the future. I'm just learning as I go, so I'd love to hear your guys' opinion, and make sure you hit that subscribe button if you'd like to see more videos. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.